When I first started managing events, I had trouble finding the perfect location or venue to host those events. But today I'm going to show you how I kind of systemized a good process for finding good locations and just analyzing all the data points you need to analyze to make a good decision. I'm Patrick. I own Univium. It's a business automation development company for event companies in particular. And I also run my own events on the side because that's just what I do best. And one of the things I come across a lot is kind of sourcing information, whether it is sourcing, vendors and or venues or speakers for your events. It can be intimidating to go through lots of data and hard to find all the data points that you need to make a good decision, which is why I created this platform called List IQ, which myself and some of my clients use to manage that sort of thing. And so I'm going to share my screen real quick just so you can see this. And List IQ allows you to search the web using AI and compile data into an actual table that you can filter and sort on and actually make decisions off of. And so I'll show you just an example of this. You essentially create a list. I'm going to call this one venues/locations. You tell the AI what you want to search for. So I'm going to say I am looking for locations to host a happy hour for my Dallas founders group. I'd like somewhere that wouldn't charge a booking fee. Okay, I'm looking for locations to host a happy hour for my Dallas founders group. I'd like somewhere that wouldn't charge a booking fee for me bringing about 20 to 30 people. The venue location bar needs to be in Dallas, Texas. Then I'll go in, configure the columns. And this is what I think is most important is being able to configure the specific data points you need to make a decision. So I'll do like location, name, location, address, URL. So I make an actual URL. Phone number, so you can call and make a reservation if you need, which I have an automation for that as well. Email, in case you need the email for whatever reason. Then this is where we get funds. I can do like booking fee required, make that a yes no field. I can do something like food/drink pricing, and I can make this a let's see, I should be able to make it a single select. Yeah. Oops. I meant to do this. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and create the list, and I'll probably add some more data points on there. So food, drink, pricing. What else do we want? We could do location rating and do a single select. Average location between 1 and 5 stars. Add your options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another one I like to add in there is like if you're trying to find like what's the vibe of the place without having to look through a bunch of pictures, you can, put like a vibe column and just do like single select uh and add in, different vibes for it to classify on, which can really help you just filter down on the data without having to browse so much. The idea behind this is that you are able to obtain data points that you can't get from like regular Google listings. And with those data points, you can more easily analyze a large volume of data to figure out where you need to spend your time and attention rather than just browsing, which a lot of platforms out there like Google like you to browse because you end up seeing things that you wouldn't have seen before, which can be good in some instances, but some instances you just need to find the right thing and be done with it. And so that's kind of where this comes in, and that's what this is for. Okay, those are all of our vibes. So I'll add that in, and you can add in literally whatever data point you want, and the AI will search the web to find that data for you. So I'm going to click Start Search. You can see it's searching for records. So we will give it a second to find some information, discovering potential matches. And so it uses this AI search criteria, knows all the columns you want. It goes through, and I'll show you this in just a second. See, now it found one that looks like a good option, but it's verifying, does it meet all the criteria that we've uh, configured, and also, is it still open? Uh, is it really a good match? And so it added Bowen House here, booking fee no, food drink pricing, double dollar sign, intimate speakeasy, location rating 5. Here's our next one, HG Supply Co. I guess so. Interesting. So you get some really interesting, you know, stuff from here. Every now and then you'll get a blank record, which I just delete some kind of corrupted data or whatnot. So I'm going to let it run a little bit longer. I debated on doing just 4 records. I only have it set to 10, so it's going to run for 10 records and then it's going to stop. You can do 100 records and it'll just keep running, and you can leave it running in the background. Like I can leave this screen and come back and it'll still be running. Um, and so it's just a really good way to source stuff. And then you can go and you can filter uh, modern creative, high energy show, high energy showcase. I kind of like that. I wonder what that is. Tex-Mex. I don't know if I'd want to do my happy hour there. Well, no, that looks pretty neat. Looks pretty neat. Let's see what other stuff they have. So I just really like looking through here. Modern creative, hide bar. That looks pretty neat. I wonder where that is. Is that on Greenville? Yeah, it's in Greenville. And you can put like zip codes, you can put neighborhoods. You can also enrich your records with this. So one thing I'll do real quick, just to show you, if like I wanted to do neighborhood, so I added in neighborhood. Now I can go back to my records. And let's do, it only did 9 because one of those records got messed up. But 9 out of 10, that's 90%, not that bad. I'm going to enrich this. You can choose if you want to enrich all columns or just enrich one, only blank values, and it'll go through and it'll enrich and it'll find the neighborhood that it's in. So then you can filter by neighborhood. I'm trying to think what other data points you might want to look at. These are mine in particular. I think the one I would care about the most is neighborhood. I typically do some stuff downtown. Uh, Uptown's probably nice in Dallas. Let's give it a little bit longer. So again, it's not fast, but it's accurate. You can leave it running in the background. Missing data has been filled in. So like you can see these are in Lower Greenville. This is in Uptown, uh, Lower Greenville, Lower Greenville. You know what else I might add in here? Is like a max capacity. Max capacity would be good because uh, I know that Bowen House I think is relatively small and it's an intimate speakeasy, and if I get 20, 30 people there, it's gonna like fill up the whole bar. But they might not mind that, right? But still, I like to know these things because whenever you get a lot of people coming over, uh, you just like to know these things. There's Deep Ellum. I wonder where that is in Deep Ellum. That's off the cuff. Wonder why I haven't seen that before. Looks like a sports bar, I guess. Routine bar, I think I've seen. Okay. So let's see, max capacity. Okay, and it doesn't pull it in for everything. See, it won't pull in data that it can't verify. That's one of the key important things here. But hide bar looks pretty good, holds a lot of people. So if I bring 20, 30 people there and their max capacity is 400, then they're not going to mind. But see, these sources is it tries to find multiple sources to verify your data to make sure, it's actually real data and whatnot. Now, most important thing that I do here, because I have an automation I've built that will go and check the availability and times of all of these restaurants. Let's say if you were making a reservation, I don't do a reservation for this particular event that I was using as an example, but let's say you were making reservations and you wanted to check availability. I have an automation that will have an AI agent automatically call these places and check availability. So what I'll do is I will come here and I'll push to Eventagreat. This is integrated with our event management platform Eventagreat. Click locations, map your fields. I think we got URL in here. Yep. Email, phone. We didn't get a contact name, but that's okay. I don't think we'll need one. I could have put a column for city and state, but I told it to do everything in Dallas, so I didn't, but you can. Uh, Push these records, and they've been pushed. And then we'll go to our event platform Eventagreat. Just need to log in. And go to locations, and you'll see everything has populated in here with all of the information and whatnot, which is really helpful. And then from there, I won't show you this in this video, but I have another automation on the events tab that can go in and check the availability of all these places to find the right location for a particular event. So it's good to be able to get it in this platform. But that's kind of my process in going about finding locations. I also use this to find speakers for events and to find vendors for events, staffing agencies, that sort of thing. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, or if you need any help with automating anything for your event company, please reach out to us via univium.com and we would love to help. Thank you very much. Take care.